How's it going, everyone? So today we're going to be talking about how life is becoming expensive. Everything's becoming expensive. Food's becoming expensive, fuel, everything's becoming expensive, including charcoal. So, we have a monster here. It's pretty early in the morning. We don't really need to do anything wild or crazy with anything else. So, let's get started. So in efforts to make our food bills and our wallets a little bit happier, we're going to do a little bit of experiment. So, the experiment that we're going to be doing is this. This is FOGO. This is technically a premium lump charcoal. This is not. This is something I picked up at Walmart, and I'm pretty sure no one would consider that a premium brand. But is what we pay for this really better than what we pay for that? So what we're going to do is we're going to set up an experiment. Experiment's simple. As you can tell, it's a fairly nice day outside. And we have a small big green egg. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run this and then run that. Now what is this? This is Royal Oak, nothing special. Like I said, this is FOGO. We are made to believe that this is somehow a superhero. And this is not. So we're going to test that. I took the same big green egg, I cleaned it, vacuumed it out, took everything out of it, cleaned it as thoroughly as I possibly could. That's our first step. Next step is we need to figure out how much we're putting of each one of them in there. So to kind of keep it consistent, I have a chimney starter full. I'm just going to fill it up. We're going to start with this here bag, and we're going to put in the same amount of charcoal. We're going to fill the chimney starter. Pretty simple so far, right? Stick with it. Now I do want to say as well, stick to the end, because I'm going to give you kind of bonuses for both of these and when I think it could be useful, whether or not it becomes cheap. Because there are more factors considered than just, cheapness, I would hope. So, we have our quantity set. Lighting. Now let's talk about light, shall we? Lighting can be wasteful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tumbleweed and I'm going to put it underneath a section of charcoal. And then I'm going to open up the vent on the bottom and the top of the big green egg, and I'm going to weave it. Not going to touch them, just going to leave it the way it is. Whatever temperature it burns at is whatever temperature it burns. So we have that. Once it's wet, I'm going to wait a few minutes. In this case, I waited about 10 minutes. I'm going to put a piece of frozen tri-tip. Now I have two tri-tips. One is this amount of weight, and one is this amount of weight. So as you can tell, they're basically exactly the same. And they're the same grade, same quality, same everything. And they've been frozen in the same freezer for the exact same amount of time. Kind of. We'll get to that. I'm going to just season it very minimally. Put it on there. We're not looking for flavor here. We're looking for ease and experimental results. I then put everything on. So far, so good. Now, here's the problem. I want to measure this. And unless I'm going to put you just chilling at the actual thermostat and just kind of monitoring it and having to go through hours worth of data, I'm going to use a probe. And the probe, fun fact, does not go well into a frozen piece of meat. So, to help out, I'm going to wait an hour. I'm going to wait an hour, and each of you thawed by them. I'm going to shove the temperature probe in there so you can get some time. Now the question comes, what are some of the issues we're going to run across? One, we don't know exactly the temperature outside, but these days the temperature was almost identical. It wasn't raining. In fact, it looked exactly like this. It was 65 degrees as a high, and the next day it was like 66 degrees. Weather, completely fine. Wind, same weather like I said, so not gonna get any excess drafts or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna let it burn until it's done. Now, done is a very subjective thing. I'm going to consider it done at 180 degrees. It cannot maintain that. Once it dips beneath 180 degrees, I'm considering it done. Now, there might be still some charcoal left over. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the initial weight, which I'll put here for the FOGO, here for the royal oak. I'm going to subtract what is left over. So I took it out with a spoon with some bowls in it. It's escaping me to the name of it right now. And I weighed the remaining. So this is the true amount that was burned for FOGO. This was a true amount burned of royal oak. Got me? So now we're pretty much there. And fun fact, you can tell these numbers were basically the same, so it makes my life a lot easier. I like that. So now we have 2 days running the experiment. Now, both days, like I said, I do not touch the temperature probe or the temperatures at all. I do not change anything. I changed the vents. I didn't do a single thing. What I did for this one, I did exactly for that one. So that was 3 days ago, and I have the results. Drum roll, please. Perfect. Now, let's break down the price, shall we? This bag I bought on Amazon is $55.95. So it equates out to $1.60 a pound. Not bad, I mean, considering. But considering how many pounds we put in there, it could be a little expensive depending on what you're doing. Okay, whatever. This was $14.97 for, what was this? It's like 15 something ounce, but it equates out to $1.03 per pound. So that's 60 cents, about 57 cents less, which is about 55% more expensive for this than this. But if we're going to be getting 55% or more in a longer duration, well, then it just becomes a better idea to begin with. So, you excited? I know I am. Let's figure out our comps. Let's start with the royal oak, the underdog here. It burned for an average of 7 hours and 20 minutes. I said average, I actually just meant white time. And the average temperature is 300 degrees. So, okay, that's good to know. And when I did this time, before we continue, remember how I said in this part, and the probe, fun fact, does not go well into a frozen piece of meat. Yeah. I had to wait for the probe to go in, so I waited an hour for each one, like I said. So the hour I'm giving you is with that additional hour. It's not just what I recorded. I added the additional hour, which did kind of throw off the temps, but I don't really think the temps nearly as important. It could be, but I don't think either of those. This one burned for 8 hours and 50 minutes and had an average temperature of 330 degrees. So less than 10% hotter. And if you look at it, that it's 17% longer duration for this. Now, I know what you're thinking. 17% is not more than 55% based on the price. At least not in my math. Maybe your math is. I don't know where you went to school, but my math says that 17 is smaller than 55. So far, it's kind of looking like our underdog here might be the better solution. But, as I mentioned before, price isn't always the end-all be-all. So let's go over some of the pros, intros, cons. First pro. This does offer a very large bag, so you don't really have to really buy as much. Now, they do make smaller bags, they do make different types, of course, and whatnot. If you get like this big bag can last. I mean, based on our test here and this barbecue, I mean, this bag will last for a lot of cookings. This one, not as much, because one, this is the con, by the way, for this one, it's a smaller bag. Don't worry, we'll come back to the cons for that more. So you're gonna have to buy it more often. The con for this one is, even though it's a bigger bag, it's a hefty upfront price. Like I said, it's like $55 something. And that was delivered. I could not actually find it in my local area. I found the small bags and I found the flat bags, but I could not find this spot. So I just bought it on Amazon. Here's someone. Oh, here's where I bought. The pro on this one is I can go to my local Walmart in about 10 minutes. Maybe 9 if I decide to completely disregard the school zone. Which, don't do that. That's bad. So I could do that at any point in time, but do I really want to? Probably not. If I needed to in a pinch, I could definitely do that. Now, the next one is going to be a little bit on my own personal preference. I can say the smell that you get from this is a lot more traditional offset cooked barbecue smell, because technically it's supposed to make oak. So that's generally what you would be using in a lot of applications. So you kind of get that original smell. Maybe you've been working around this for a little bit. You go inside, grab yourself something else besides this, and then your significant other, you know what's happening later. That's not exactly the same. It's not bad, but it's not exactly the same. This is a much sweeter. This, however, I can say offers a lot sweeter of a flavor. So that's what you're going for. This might just be up your alley indirect. This one is definitely a little bit more of a raw, normal-ish Texas style, you will want to call it that, style of flavor. So if that's what you're looking for, it's going to be cheaper. Buy 2 or 3 bags, shove it in your garage. If you're lazy, just leave it in the bed of your truck until you need it, whatever you do. If you want something a little sweeter, maybe pork, bacon, which if you consider pork, stuff like that, this might be up your alley. Beef may not be the best option for this. It may be the best option to have. That you may not want to cook it with pork, or maybe this is also excellent with fish. This one, I mean, it's not that, it's not great. Poultry is 100% in my opinion on this one, but that's just my opinion. So you have some options. Your options are, you don't really care about the price, you want to have a big bag on hand, you don't really necessarily want to do a whole lot of beef, or you work with a lot of sweeter flavors, like ribs or something like that. It's got your back. This, you're just need something quick, easy, a little more traditional, a little cheaper, well, definitely cheaper, and that's just the way you want it. This is definitely a very valid option. So this isn't necessarily a superhero of the story, as this isn't necessarily the dud of the story. So, hopefully, this helped you out, because like I said, in the world of ever increasing prices, we can save a little bit of money. I'm always down for that. I'm going to start using this more often. I'll probably buy this a lot less, or at least use it a little bit more intelligently. Let's put it that way. And this might just be a little bit more of my go-to. One mention I did forget to kind of bring up is when I put the wood in the barbecue, I added no additional pieces. It's 100% straight charcoal. So there's that. Now the final piece that we're going to talk about is the plater. Like I said, both of them were excellently delicious, but because it was beef, I do think this was a better option. So that's just my 2 cents in the matter. Like you see, keep watching, definitely subscribe, leave a thumbs up, it definitely helps me out. Did a bit of work on this one, and we'll probably do more. If you want to see a different brand, different company, different style, whatever, maybe you want to do the small bag, maybe you want to do the red version of this bag, if there's even a difference, we don't know. Leave a comment, I'll be happy to do it. I'll see you in the next video. You have a dip.